Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to episode 1 of the Road to Pro School. Yep, this is the first episode in my quest to now go as a PGA Professional. Now I just want to clarify a few things that I said on the last video because a few of you have commented. I'm not doing this to become a playing professional, as in I'm not doing it because I think I'm going to compete in like pro events or anything like that. That is far like beyond my ability. You know, I may enter one or two just to play golf, but it's not for that. This is purely for a business point of view, to be able to sort of, I don't know, like quantify the fitting and coaching that I want to do with the qualification of being a PGA, because some people will not get fit by me because I'm a handicap golfer. It's as simple as that. Completely get it and I understand it, so that's that. Mostly really good comments from you, so thank you so much for the support and the people who said they're going to follow. A couple of negative comments who think I'm a joke or think whatever. Like, I don't care. You think what you think, but like, get out and do it yourself is all I'll say to people like that. You know, at least I'm attempting to progress my career. The only difference is I'm doing it in front of a camera. That's the only difference to that. So you can keep your negative comments. I just hide you from the channel. I'll never see your comments again, but you think you're commenting, so whatever, not interested. Not interested in negativity, don't care for it. I'll just block you from your comments being seen as far as I'm concerned. That's the end of it. But yeah, I said what achievement is scratch as well. Now, I said that from a career point of view, not from a like personal achievement point of view. Like, me getting to scratch in this job now is pretty irrelevant as far as I'm concerned. You know, some people will not get fit here because I'm not a PGA Pro, regardless of handicap. So on that aspect, that's where I didn't see any benefit to getting to scratch. On a personal achievement, absolutely. You know, scratch is the pinnacle of where everyone wants to be as an amateur golfer. So just want to clarify that when I said getting to scratch is no real achievement for me, I meant on a career basis, not on a personal level. So that's why I've taken this decision. Anyway, so that's just clarified a couple of things. So today, I can't get out on the courses because they are absolutely ram-packed full. So I'm just going to do the first part of this Road to Pro School is going to be about my approach play. It's something, irons are something I'm getting better at. 100 yards and in, need to get better at. So I'm just going to set up GC quad on a hole, and I'm gonna like run a number scrambler between sort of 50 and 200 yards, and then take that club to get to that yardage and just practice that approach play as best I can on a simulator, as opposed to actually out on the course, because I can't do that. I am gonna go out on the course. I'm gonna do like individual course vlogs and see what I can score. And then hopefully I can get some rounds in with, you know, I'm happy to get subscribers down here as long as you're happy to mark my card. You know, I need to get as many cards in now as possible. I need to get out there and I need to be playing golf in order to get that handicap down, because I do believe, I'm just waiting for clarification, I do believe the playability test is still part of the entrance to the PGA, so I need to be able to play golf. It's all right getting to that 6.3, whatever it is, but I need to be able to sort of play to it in a pressured situation. So it's something I may look at Dan at as maybe doing a course vlog, putting me in that situation similar to what he's done with Will. And see what happens, see what I score on whatever course we choose. So there's options there. So yeah, setting up quad, set up the Foresight software, and we're just going to do a bit of approach play and see how we get on, see how many greens we can hit. Okay, first number generated, 105 yards. 105 yards would be 52 degree wedge. So let's see if we can get anywhere. This is where I should be. At least hitting the green and getting somewhere for at least a birdie chance. I'll take that, exactly 105 yards. Take that all day long. Next, 133. So 133 yards would be a pitching wedge. On this hole it's 22 feet up as well, so it's probably playing actually about 140, so it's a pretty good pitching wedge to get there. That was a good hit. A little bit out to the right, big bounce. Yep, I'll take that, it's on the green. So that should be like a 2-putt par, and that's really all I'm aiming to try and do is get on greens and then sort of 2-putt par really. Next one, 160. So this is now 160 yards, but I'm actually on this hole in the rough. So I'm gonna have to hit it a little bit firmer, and it's uphill, so it's probably playing nearer 170. So I will hit a 7-iron, but I'm gonna have to step on it a little bit to get there. It's a good strike. Bounce up. I will take this start. Carried exactly 160 yards as well. Didn't on the screen, but it did on there. So far, so good. And my iron striking has become a lot better. You may not see it in any upcoming vlogs. Let's just put a disclaimer out there now, but since then it has done. Okay, next number, 187 yards. 187 would be a 6-iron, but it's uphill. And this is where I make bad decisions. I think it's probably an easier 5, whereas actually before, I'd probably try and hit a big 6. So it's probably just an easier 5-iron, I think, for 187, just because of the uphill as well. This is where I would not expect to hit the green every time. I'm happy to just get green side, I think. Oh, I pulled that. I pulled it and mashed it. It was a good strike, I just pulled it, carried 201. Let's have another go at that one. Get up, get up. Yeah, that's much better. Yeah, I'd take that. Two putts from there would be lovely. Let's have another go. 151 now. So 151 would be an 8-iron. And then I'm going to just shorten this up a little bit. I think I'm hitting the irons well. It's the shorter clubs where I'm getting a bit of issues. So this is 151 would be a 9-iron, but the uphill, I'm going to take that into account and hit an 8. Just an easier 8-iron. Oh, we didn't register that one. There we go. GC quad just had a moment. So it's up there again, just on the fringe. I'd be happy with that. Just want to try that one again, because I don't feel like I hit that very well. Aim out to the right and bring that in a little bit. That was a better strike. But then I've pulled it. Yeah, this is highlighting a little bit of what my problem is I'm not hitting enough greens from like 150 yards out. So I'm relying on getting up and down, and that is something I need to practice out on course because I don't do it well enough. That was a good strike. Is that on it? A little bit long. A little bit on the long side. 150 yards, we should be hitting greens. More like it, Lee. Yeah, that's more like it. Just a little bit easier. I'm trying to leather it all the time. Right, let's have some closer in shots, shall we? So 80 yards for me is one of those yardages that it's like a normal swing 58 or just an easy 52. And sometimes I want to take the 52, but I can get a little bit quick on it, so I need to learn this distance. 80 yards. Pitch shots are certainly something that I need to spend more time doing because I don't always hit these very well. Yeah, like that's just ideal, isn't it? That's what I should be doing. I can sometimes thin these or produce too little loft. A little bit long. Pitch shots are certainly one of those shots that I need to play more. Stop trying to take a 58 and just play an easy 52. Oh, this game's easy when you think about it, isn't it? Right, try and get one near the pin. No, leathered it. Good for line, but leathered it. Right, last one. Tailor-made picks ball. Come on. So my iron play, I feel like I'm in a good place with it. You know, there's nothing too drastic within it. Apart from that pull shot is in it where I just produce a little bit too little loft. But that's something I'm working on. When I first started this, I produced too much loft. I'd flick at the ball and it just wafted in the air. Then me and Dan went through lessons to decrease loft, and I probably went too far and was producing too little loft. So I'm slowly reining it back to a point where I'm producing the loft at impact that I want to be producing in order to get decent spin and decent carry. You know, I don't need to be hitting 7-iron 200 yards, and that's what I got into a stage of doing, was it would be just coming out like a 5-iron, and it would be great, as in, like, you know, for the ego, but it was pants at golf. It was going too low, I wasn't getting any height, and I wasn't stopping on green, so I'm reining that back in. The last couple of rounds have been great for irons, and that's resulted in my last 6 scores being counting scores and my handicap reducing. So iron play's in a good place. So that's a positive going forward. I do need to look at how I'm driving the ball. At the moment I seem to be driving it really well. I do need to go on to the Foresight software and just put some scenarios in place. And I also need to take this practice out on course as and when the courses are free, but at the minute we are completely just packed here. There's no tee times till the afternoon, so I may have to stay after work and start putting some practice in, which is fine. You know, if I want to go down this route, it's something I need to be doing, and if afternoons after work is the only time I can do it, I need to put that effort in to do that. But I do need to go and see Dan about the short game, chipping around the greens, getting up and down, decision making into greens. I take too much loft, I know that, but I need to work on speed with less loft, because I can sometimes thin it or overshoot it, because I've not really practiced it. It's not a shot that I've really done very much, so the feel for that shot isn't there, so I probably need to go and see Dan for that as well. All in all, the baseline place, I think my golf is in a good place to do that push now to 6.3. It's just tightening, it's just, you know, stopping the disasters, stopping getting greenside in 2 and then walking off with a 6 and 5s all the time. I need to be up and down in for birdies, not for birdies, for pars as much as possible, with the possible odd chip in for birdie and the odd bogey for the bad chip. But at the minute, it's a bogey definite, possible double, par sometimes. You know, that's what I need to change. So either that or just get so good at irons I never miss a green, but that's just never going to happen. So that was episode 1 of my road to pro school. There will be more coming. There'll be more detailed look at what I'm working at, but at the minute that was just a little go of an assessment of what my yardages are like, where I think my game is when it comes to yardages, and a little bit of pitching practice just to see where I think there are improvements to be had. To be honest, there's always improvements, but with my irons, it's just more putting a good swing on it. I think they're in a good place. Next thing to move on to is definitely short game. I need to get out on the course and start doing some short game practice, and I need to get Dan involved as well, or Paul or somebody. Even Lester, the short game master. But for the time being, if you have liked this video, please do give it a like. If you're new to the channel and have not yet subscribed, or you're returning and aren't yet subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button down below. This channel is growing nicely. I do want to get to 10,000 by the end of the year. Possibly unlikely now because we're a little bit too late into the year, but let's have a push for it. But for the time being, I'm going to leave it there, and I'll see you all on the next video.